Hey, Conscious Habit listeners. My goal is to help support you on your journey of discovering how to live from your highest and most fulfilled self at home and at work. And in that vein, I have some thoughts I'd like to share with you today. So meditate on this. If you are having a difficult time getting along with, seeing eye to eye with someone in your life, this episode is for you. I want to share with you some of the practices that we can put into place when we are feeling this frustration with someone else, whether it's someone that we live with, someone we're related to, someone that we work with, a friend, current or former. These are the things we can do to let ourselves go of that frustration. Let ourselves become free of the anger that we might be carrying around or the resentment that we might be carrying around. Because we cannot control that other human. We cannot control how they think, feel, and respond to us, but we get to control how we think, feel, and respond in that situation. When I find myself super frustrated with someone, the first thing that I begin to do is to recognize their disconnection from love. Here's what I know to be true. People who love themselves wholly, they truly have a great relationship with themselves. They feel and know their own worthiness. They do not create chaos outside of themselves. Because the world is our mirror, our inner world creates our outer world. When love exists inwardly, we tend to spread more love outside of ourselves. So if you have someone that you're surrounded with who is unkind, maybe they're hateful, maybe they put you down, they spit vitriol your way, whatever the behavior might be, recognize that lack of love. And when I recognize that lack of love, it also helps me see a little empathy for them, meaning they can't give to me or the world what they do not have for themselves. They are so out of alignment with love for themselves. I am purely the witness of that. Those two things of recognizing where love is not currently existing and then recognizing that that is also a reflection of the lack of love within themselves, it helps me take that behavior less personally because I realize it's not really about me. It isn't because they don't see me worthy of giving love to. It's because they don't have it to give at all. Step 3, this is a saying from Marianne Williamson and A Course in Miracles that I adore. It is, only that which I'm not giving can be missing from any situation. Let me repeat that again. Only that which I am not giving can be missing from any situation. So in your frustration with that other person, what is missing? Is it understanding? Is it compassion? Is it love? And we are called to give it. If understanding is what's missing, bring understanding to the table. If love is what's missing, bring love to the table. Bring what is missing. It doesn't mean you have to directly go give it to that person because maybe what you've decided is that what's best for you is no contact or to separate yourself altogether. But maybe we need to look at that situation through the lens of what is missing. So back to the first couple of examples. If understanding is what's missing, but we choose to take a curious look to see where is love lacking here and to know that that's a reflection from them, that is an act of giving what is missing. Just by being curious enough to lean in, you are providing what likely has not been given yet in that situation. The next thing that I would choose to do, if this is someone that I am still around, like I still have to interact with them every day, maybe it's somebody I work with, maybe it's somebody in my family, the cutoff thing is not going to happen or I don't want it to happen. The next thing that I would do is I would want to train myself to look for the good. Because your eyes, as I've said many times, the eyes see what the brain believes. Think of your eyes like your brain on the outside. Your eyes merely see a direct reflection of your thinking. So if I'm angry with you, when I interact with you, if that is the position, the state that I am in, my brain is highly focused on all of the reasons that I should be validated in that frustration, which means I can only see the negative in that other person. But if I truly want things to be different, if I want to be able to own my part and I want to be able to forgive from my end. Now I can't force anything on their end, but I want to be able to forgive on my end. I'm going to tell my brain, "Hey, let's look for some of the good stuff. We know there's good there. Other people see good. I'm willing to see the good too." And coach yourself to be able to recognize some of that positive output that that person has. Every human on this planet, we could think of some of the most polarizing humans out there. I have some that come to mind immediately, but I'm sure as shit not going to say their name out loud. But everyone we can think of, like there are people who love that person or those people, and there are people who hate those people. And it is because, again, our eyes see what our brain believes. So we each have told ourselves a story, and our story is equal to that belief system. So this can be true with any human on the planet. The last thing that I would do, I would pray for their happiness. I would send them love every day. I would imagine them lit up from within with love. And I feel like when I do those things, when I recognize where love is missing, when I have some empathy of noticing and recognizing that that means there's a lack of love for themselves, when I am willing to give what's missing, so I'm doing my part, I'm willing to see things through a more positive lens, I'm willing to pray and send them love and happiness. I have done everything I possibly can to keep my side of the street clean. And I truly do believe, like with all of my heart and soul, that all humans are well intended, but behavior is a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. So the worse the behavior, the worse the internal relationship. And the best revenge is to not be like them. So, in all of this love recognition and love giving and understanding that you're providing for those other people, I hope you also take the time to give that back to yourself. Because, as I mentioned, people who love the hell out of themselves tend to not create chaos outside of themselves. That allows us to really ensure that we are being as conscious as possible and we can set ourselves free from the unconscious behavior of others.